And joining us now live in studio, we have our political expert, Professor Mordecai Lee, here to kind of make sense of these events today that happened in Pennsylvania.
You know, I like you using the word sense. It's so hard to make sense of this.
Yeah.
How can this be? And it's not only how can it be that we have this culture of political assassinations. How could it be that the Secret Service was unable to protect him?
I think that's going to be one of the biggest stories. I mean, we just heard that terrible list from Brian, and it's not unprecedented, but man, it's been a while. 1981, a lot's changed since a president, there's been shots fired at a president, and you just think everything, we're just seeing it here in Milwaukee with the RNC, everything is being like roped out and planned. How could something like this happen?
Evidently, this building that was high up above the rally gave a line of sight to the sniper, and he got more than one shot off, which is just really amazing. And then apparently there was some Secret Service in that building, and they quickly responded and shot and killed him. But nonetheless, it shows you how much the Secret Service has to worry about to the nth degree. And that's their justification for why they're doing in Milwaukee all the precautions. And I think now we as Milwaukeeans understand it and can support it.
I want to ask you, Mordecai, can you comment at all on just the difference in protections that a former president has versus a current president from the Secret Service? And do you think that that will change moving forward now for President Trump?
Former presidents have lesser coverage, but they have lifetime coverage, as do their spouses. But in this case, because he's not only a former president, but an active candidate for president, I suspect that the coverage of him is as good as it would be for any president.
Donald Trump likes to have big outdoor rallies. Tens of thousands of people at today's rally. It's obviously easier to protect someone who's indoors. You think it changes both campaigns, both Donald Trump's and Joe Biden's moving forward?
I think the era of outdoor campaign events and outdoor rallies has ended as of today. And this is a terrible thing for Americans, because right now presidents and major politicians live in such a bubble. Now they're going to be in even more of a bubble and less spontaneous and less contact with real people. So this is really sad in terms of the spontaneity of what we want out of democracy.
Yeah, we saw too with the massacre that happened in Las Vegas now several years ago, just how far away assailants can be to do so much harm. This is obviously not good news, but the RNC events this week are, as far as we know, primarily indoors. Do you think we'll see more of that moving forward?
Well, for where the president and former president will be, I think it's going to be even tighter security. But we have to remember that tomorrow is the event at Summerfest. Summerfest is a very wide open. There are a lot of, God forbid, buildings that oversee Summerfest. I'm not trying to suggest anything,
right.
No.
But that's what people need to start thinking about. And it's really going to ruin our politics. It's going to ruin democracy.
Yeah.
In terms of what this will do politically, for all we know, the election is now over. For all we know, he had such a heroic response to surviving this that he'll win the election. On the other hand, by November, this might have been a blip. It's so hard to predict.
Mordecai Lee, appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us on a historic day.
You're welcome.